What is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. A little bit of a different one today. Sat down, informational, straight to the point video. We're going to be talking about my 5 biggest mistakes when it comes to nutrition and diet. As we know, diet is a huge factor towards your physique, and it is so important that you get your diet right. You get your diet and your training right, and you're on the road to looking like an absolute Greek god. So I've been watching my diet now for probably the past 4 years, and I've seen the biggest results. However, over the 4 years, I've tried things out which were massive mistakes, and I'm going to run you through all of them right now. Now, we've all done a bit of research, and when we want to build muscle, we always see that you want to have a high protein intake to build that muscle. However, too much protein can be bad and stored as unnecessary fat. Back in the day, I used to consume 500 grams of protein a day because I thought the more protein I put into my body, the more muscle growth I'm going to get and the better results I'm going to get, when that is really not the case. It's just going to store as unnecessary fat. And one, it's really expensive because I was literally eating chicken, tuna, salmon, steak every single day, so it's super expensive. And 2, it literally made me ill. So just be careful of how much protein you're eating. For me, the maximum I go is 1.25 grams of protein per pound of body weight, which for me usually is around 250 grams of protein. Any more than that is pretty pointless. Number 2, and that is not eating enough carbs. Now, everyone thinks that carbs are the enemy and carbs after 6 p.m. are going to get you fat, when that is just a load of rubbish. Carbs are so important for recovery and fueling your workouts, which are 2 really important factors to transform in your body. So when I was on this diet of like 500 grams of protein a day, I was eating about 40 grams of carbs a day because I was on this stupid meal plan, which was like a carb cycling thing. I'll talk to you about that in a minute, but I never felt so depleted in my life. My energy was just so low, my training performance was just going down, which meant that my growth in my muscle gains were just going down, and it was just like fighting an uphill battle, and I was basically going nowhere. And it's not until I dropped my protein intake down to allow me to have more carbs, I generally felt like a new man. I was so fueled up, ready to work. My strength was flying up in the gym. My muscle growth obviously was getting bigger with that too. So carbs are not the enemy. Carbs are the game changer. Number 3, and I absolutely hate this topic because I just absolutely hate meal plans. They are just so boring. When I first got into my diet, I followed a meal plan from an athlete. I don't want to like call him out or anything because the guy is trying, but anyway, I followed his plan for 2 to 2.5 years, and I've never been such a boring person in all my life, having to eat my oats for breakfast at 9 a.m, exactly 9 a.m. every day, and then I have to have a 3-hour gap and eat my chicken, broccoli and rice, and then I would go on to my tuna and rice, and then my oats again. It was just like the same foods every single day until I got my big cheat meal on a Saturday night, and it was just so restricting because I generally thought that I had to eat at them exact times because that's what the plan told me. It told me I had to eat at them exact times. It wasn't even personalised to my measurements. It was literally just like a generic plan which someone threw at me and was like, do this and you'll get good results. And to be fair, I actually got good results off it because where I was a beginner into diet and it was such high protein, it was 500 grams of protein, 40 carb diet, it did actually get me good results to begin with. But after 2 years of just being absolutely bored to death, eating out of my tub chicken, broccoli and rice on a Friday night with my girlfriend, it just wasn't fun, and I realised that I needed to change, and that is when I discovered flexible dieting. Which brings me on to the next part of the video, which is tracking your calories and macronutrients. Now, when I found out about this about 1.5 years ago, I didn't actually believe what I was told, and when I stuck to it for a little while, I saw the results I was getting. I just couldn't believe it. It completely changed my life without even exaggerating, because I was getting better results than I was on the meal plan, but it was allowing me to eat whatever foods I wanted. So if you're unsure on flexible dieting, basically you download an app called MyFitnessPal. You track your calorie intake, protein, carb and fat intake, which is exactly personalized to you, and you hit them numbers 7 days a week. Now, this is where the difference is between a meal plan and tracking your calories and macros, and that is personalization. Dieting is all about it being personalized to you exactly, and that is what flexible dieting does, because your macros are tailored to your goals exactly, whereas a meal plan is just like for a generic wide amount of people. But we've all got different genders, height, weight, genetics. There's so many factors which go into play. It needs to be specific to you. So if you're unsure on what your calorie and macros should be, I made a video covering the topic, and you can go and click the first link in the description and you can find out how to work out yours. But where I think people go wrong, and it's fine because I went wrong with this, and I thought that healthy foods are good foods, and no matter how much healthy foods you eat, I'm talking chicken, broccoli and rice, if I eat them foods every single day, 7 days a week, then I'm going to get amazing results because I'm not eating any bad foods at all. When in reality, that is completely wrong. You could get fat off eating loads of chicken, broccoli and rice. If you eat loads of healthy foods, then you're going to get fat as anything. However, what it's about is the quantity and how much you're really eating. Like, I could literally have ice cream every day and lose weight. If I'm in a calorie deficit, I'm eating less calories than I'm burning, then I'm gonna lose weight. So if you want to, eat some ice cream every single day, stay in a calorie deficit and lose some fat. This is why tracking calories and macros is so important, because it allows you to eat nice foods. You've got to have a balance because you've got to hit your protein intake, so you've still got to eat the meats and get the protein intake in there. But you need to know what you're putting into your body, because I can guarantee you, if you're not tracking your calories and macros right now, you don't know how much is going into your body. And the only way to get results is know how much is going in your body. And if you're putting on weight and you know what's going into your body, you just take down the calories a little bit, and you just keep taking them down very slowly until you keep losing weight. My last point of the day, I think it's my most relevant point of the day. I think a lot of people struggle with this, and that's being consistent Monday to Sunday. 7 days a week, you are hitting the same calorie and macronutrient intake, because a lot of people Monday to Friday, they're bang on their diet and their training, and then on a Saturday and Sunday they just let it all out the window. And that's what I used to do. Monday to Friday I'd have my 40 grams of carbs a day and I would do really well. However, I was absolutely starving by the time it come around to Saturday, and on that Saturday night I got my cheat meal and I would just go on an absolute rampage. From 6 PM onwards I'd just hammer everything I could, and I'll probably at 6,000, 7,000 calories on a Saturday evening, which bumped my weekly average calorie intake. And this is what people struggle with. They think that it's like the daily, how much you eat every day, but what it's actually all about is how much do you eat overall in a week. And if you're eating 2,000 calories Monday to Friday and you're doing really well, and then on that Saturday night you have 6,000, 7,000, that's completely messed all your week up. And by Monday, you're back to where you was the Monday before that. So you've got to be consistent with it 7 days a week, and that's why you need a flexible diet, because it allows you to fit meals in which you actually enjoy and allows you to stick to a diet which you enjoy. Like, would you really stick to a meal plan of the same foods for the rest of your life? I know I definitely wouldn't want to. So flexible dieting allows you to eat whatever you want, wherever you want, whenever you want. That is it for today's video, guys. I hope you did learn something from this. If you did, please smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I will see you in the next video.